Welcome back to Where Robbins Walk. On this week's episode 15, we are talking about Marcus McGuane and that famous Norwich win. Unbeaten in a year at home? Not anymore. And it's Liam Manning's first year in charge anniversary. So we're asking you, has he won you over? I want to know if he's won Liam over, who's been his biggest critic on this channel. We're talking about refereeing standards. Are they dropping? And, as of course this week has been big in America, of course, we're asking what is the best North or South American import to hit Bristol City. We want your comments on that in a second. But let's get straight into it, though. First of all, it's, of course, the quickest and most rapid Bristol City review channel across the whole internet. So do drop us a subscribe if you haven't yet done so already. We really want to get to 60 subscribers by the end of this week. Thank you so much. Right then, Ethan, what was good about Norwich?
I think everything, to be fair, just a really complete performance. I think offensively and defensively, we looked the part in transitions. Just everything was spot on for me. It was a perfectly executed game plan.
They haven't lost at home, though, in over a year. And you have a habit of this, don't you, Liam? You did it to Southampton last year, ending their run, and now you've done to Norwich. You're party poopers, you lot, aren't you?
Yeah, no, it definitely seems that way. And it was actually good to see us bounce back after Tuesday's disappointment against Sheffield United. Normally, when we have that sort of disappointing game, we have known to go on a bit of a 6-7 game run where we don't really pick up any points. So the best bit for me was the bounce back from Tuesday.
We'll highlight some players in a second. Let's talk about Mehmeti first of all, Ethan. Though, yeah, impressive.
Yeah, 100%. I think at the start of the season, I wasn't sure. I think he was my player to watch out for because he definitely needed to give us more as fans. He told it in his interview. He said he was disappointed with himself, figures wise, last year, and he knows he's got his chance now. Twine's injured, and he's got to keep that spot. And I don't think Scott Twine's going to come back and completely take him out the side or anything like that. I think he's done really well to step his game up, and yeah, hopefully he can keep that form going.
All right. Absolutely. Let's have a look at some social media takes then. The player we want to focus on is, of course, Marcus McGuane, Liam. Ben says McGuane, not sure why Barcelona let him go. I think it was Barcelona B, wasn't it? Other than Barcelona. Connor says, can we just appreciate how good of a signing McGuane has been? All right, let's do exactly that then, shall we? Let's have a Marcus McGuane love-in. Liam.
Yeah, I mean, initially when he first came in, I thought it was a bit of an odd one. Didn't play for a couple of months. I didn't think we saw him for, but he's had his chance the last few weeks, and I think he's really showing. What he gives us a bit of tenacity in midfield. I like Williams. Williams is very good, but he's a completely different player to McGuane. McGuane's very on the front foot. His press is incredible. Him and Jason Knight together in that double pivot, it's brilliant to watch. He just brings so much energy, and I tell you, he gets around the pitch. He's like a Duracell bunny. He just seems to never stop running. Maybe needs to tidy up with the ball a little bit at times, but other than that, I think he's starting to show why Manning was keen to get him in and let Hickman go. Gardner Hickman, sorry. Yeah. So yeah, I'm quite impressed.
Ethan.
Yeah, I'm fully on board with that. I think he's like Liam said, he can be a little bit sloppy on the ball sometimes, but apart from that, he's mustard. I think it was a bit of a weird signing when it happened. Everyone was a bit confused by it, but if he keeps going, it's clear to see why. Do you know what I mean?
It's no coincidence since he started playing well that your results have started to flip into a couple of wins, is it? I want to ask you about this one, Liam, and I'm particularly coming to you. KP says won at Carrow Road for the first time in 15 years and broke their 1 year unbeaten home run at home, which is great. Alex says, I was wrong about Liam Manning. So, Liam, were you wrong about Liam Manning?
I think at times I have been overly critical. I think he is starting to win me over a bit more than he has done in recent times. I'm not going to stand and shout it for everyone to hear, but I think slowly we're turning into a bit of a team. There's more of a team going on at the moment than I've seen for quite a while. So yeah, I think he's starting to persuade me, should we say? Yeah, definitely.
Oh goodness!
And I've also got to say, considering everything that's been going on in the background, we didn't really know about that until things unfortunately happened. So absolute credit to him the way he's come back in, and he's not shown any signs that he's been away. So yeah, full credit to him for that.
Okay, Ethan, are you on board with Liam?
I'm fully on board with Liam Manning. I think it was an exciting one. I think I was fuming when given the sack, but there was a reason for it, and we were seeing it. I feel like the team's coming together more than it probably has done since the Lee Johnson days. I think it's easy for obviously the trauma that Liam Manning's been through recently to sort of play a factor, but he's been really professional about it and split that from his football. Do you know what I mean? And it's really, really good to see the whole group's behind him. And there's a good feeling about the club at the minute, which is, I think, everyone's loving. So fully on board with him.
Absolutely. I mean, draw with Leeds, narrowly was going to be a draw with Sheffield United until the mistake by. Well, hold on. Was it a mistake by O'Leary, Liam, for you? Some people have said he was pushed it or caught it.
I don't understand why he punched it. The ball was in the air. There was no one around him. Dicky's even ducked out of his way for him to catch it, and he's punched it behind. That's the first mistake. And the second mistake was Sinclair Armstrong letting the ball bounce, go for a corner. If he'd volleyed that clear, it could have been a 1-0 win. We don't know, but yeah, for me, it was we capitulated the last 10 minutes against Sheffield United. We were comfortable until that O'Leary mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously the second goal with Dicky playing around with it. For me, just put it in the channel, let Morrison chase it.
Okay.
But O'Leary was the equaliser was his fault, 100%.
Okay. Just a final one, Ethan, on the Norwich game. This one about Fally, and we're banning Liam from talking about Fally because we've had a bit of a go at him the last couple of weeks on here. So we'll bring you into this one. Bristol City FM says it wasn't a bad cameo from Fally today. We actually played to his strengths. Bounce pass, 1, 2, 3 mainly. About time we started changing our approach based on who's on the pitch. Excellent win this one. Lots to like. Do you agree with that? That you actually should play to Fally's strengths more than asking him to do a role which he's not obviously used to?
100%. I think sometimes when he's up top and he's isolated and the balls are going in behind for him to chase, he's not that type of player, and it's poorly affecting his game. Do you know what I mean? That's probably why we haven't seen him enough, and I've seen the uproar really on social media where everyone's wanting him to come on and it's been Armstrong instead. But Fally Mulu is at his best when the ball's into feet. He can just bounce it off someone and then spin in. He's quite technical with the ball as well. I've seen a few nice little intricate flicks and tricks around the penalty area. But look, I think when everyone's firing, Fally Mulu could be our best striker out and out. But it's just about playing to his strengths, 100%.
Okay. Brilliant. Well said. All right. We want to catch you on a couple more things. Then refereeing decisions have been a little bit questionable across the Championship in recent weeks. You've had your own fair share of some things that haven't gone against you. In your humble opinion, both of you, do you think refereeing standards are dropping this season compared to what you've seen before, or is this exactly what it's always like? Liam?
Yeah, I think on the whole, I think that they've dropped in the last few years. Just some of the decisions. I mean, we go back to Hirakawa last week against Preston, although we might laugh about it. If that's at the other end, we're absolutely livid. I would say on the whole, I would say probably more so now that VAR's in the Premiership, you're probably seeing a few more mistakes because they're not high, because of what VAR's highlighting in the elite part of the game. The mistakes you are seeing at the Championship level, everyone's going, well, if VAR was there, that wouldn't have happened. Personally, it's human error. It's going to happen. I prefer it that way than having VAR. Okay. That might be controversial on my part, but right. On the whole, I do think they have dropped a little bit, yeah.
Ethan?
I think it's a disgrace, if I'm being completely honest. I think it's been in constant decline for some time now. Some of the decisions aren't acceptable. I don't care if it's sometimes human error or not. It has to be better. And the solution, whether you bring VAR into the Championship, it's very complicated. I don't see it happening. But I feel like VAR on the whole, whatever league it's in, has potential to be really good if it's executed properly and there's clear rules where everyone gets them. Do you know what I mean? It's a mess at the minute for refereeing altogether.
Yeah, I think many would agree with you there. Cheers, both of you. Drop your comments below as to what you think. And finally, with of course Donald Trump being announced as president, of course, of the USA again, we're talking all things American, and we're throwing in South America as well to help you with this one. So, can you think of what has been the biggest South American or North American impact on Bristol City? We asked AI this, and it came up a couple of results. Do you have any, Liam, that you think of the top of your head? There's not many.
He didn't come directly from Brazil, but he came from Woking, but Adriano Basso, goalkeeper.
Yeah,
absolutely. Like when he signed, everyone was like, "Who the hell is this lad? Come from non-league." Turned out a brilliant signing.
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's the number one that AI gives as well. Ethan, you got any more? There's only
taking the words out of my mouth. Adriano Basso, some boy.
The other, I know he's from Sweden, but he's got Brazilian heritage. Is Eliasson as well.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Alvaro Sabario, Costa Rican striker, played briefly in 2010 as well.
He was on loan, wasn't he?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you got that one, goodness me, well done. Okay.
Yeah.
All right then. It's international break this week then, so 2 weeks off to get rest and get some players back fit. Thank you very much for watching. Short one this week. We'll see you next week when, of course, we're going to be previewing our next game, which of course is a big one. It's Burnley in town. See you then.